tell you guys why I believe Ihmir Smith-Marsette could be a potential steal for the Chicago Bears. So let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NFL, here to talk about the Chicago Bears and here to talk about Ihmir Smith-Marsette, who they just claimed off the waiver wire from the Minnesota Vikings. And I got to tell you, folks, the more and more I look at this claim from the Bears of getting ISM, the more and more I think this is an absolute steal. And let me tell you guys why. All right, reason number one, age. IMS, Ihmir Smith-Marsette, is only 23 years old. He was a former 5th-round pick, by the way. Darnell Mooney was also a former 5th-round pick, just saying. But the reason this is important is because we take a look at the Bears receiving corps, right? After Darnell Mooney, of course. It's a lot of guys who we pretty much know what they are at this point. Byron Pringle, we know what he is at this point. He's not going to turn into a superstar receiver. Neither is Equanimeous St. Brown. Neither is Dante Pettis. So other than that, who else do you have? Velus Jones Jr., yeah, absolutely. He's going to be a rookie. You have a chance to see if he's something special. But outside of Velus Jones Jr., there's nobody else on this Bears wide receiver core that has that potential and upside. IMS now has that potential and upside. And you might be thinking, Faiz, this is a guy who barely has produced. He's had one good game, and that was, by the way, against the Bears. Why are you a believer in him? Well, I'm just saying the potential is there because of the age, right? More so than even Velus Jones Jr., who's 25 years old. And again, I know everybody loves to make fun of the fact that he's an old rookie, but IMS isn't, right? So the fact is, IMS has the age thing in his advantage. All right, number two, Vikings fans themselves, all right? I keep a lookout to see how Vikings fans also have reacted to the news. And honestly, folks, they were very shocked to see IMS go. They were very, very shocked. They thought there were a lot of other spots on this roster where they could have waived those guys, and those guys would have made it past waivers and back to the Vikings practice squad. IMS was not the guy they wanted to let go. In fact, they thought IMS was going to be a guy that was going to take another step forward, potentially be the number 3 receiver for this team. And then, of course, the Jalen Reagor trade happens, and now IMS is on the outside looking in for this new regime. Well, they think that IMS is going to be a potential stud. Now, again, I get it. Vikings fans are obviously going to think their players are going to be studs, but I've seen them talk about the Bears picking up IMS, and the fact is that they think, some of them, that IMS could be the second best receiver on their Bears by the end of the season. Like, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying this is the kind of talk you hear. So the fact is, when you hear the fan base of the team that, you know, the player was formerly on raving about him, you know that that team knows about that player more so than anybody else, and they see the potential in him. There's a reason why, you know, IMS got picked up so quickly, because he is that talented. I'm not saying this can't happen where, you know, IMS doesn't pan out. Obviously, that could certainly happen. But what I'm telling you is that Vikings fans are literally in shambles over this. You guys can go look on Twitter. I promise you that is the case. And finally, reason number 3 why it could be an absolute steal is just the competition. I told you, Byron Pringle, ESB, Dante Pettis, they don't scare anybody. You can easily jump them in the depth chart and be a potential number 2, number 3 receiver for this team. And more so, the fit of the receiver's style is what intrigues me so much here, right? This is the part that I want you guys to really pay attention to, is IMS is that prototypical receiver that would fit with a guy like a Justin Fields in the skill set. Because why? He is a deep threat. He's a guy that can go deep, catch that deep ball, and he's a guy who's also played in the slot, by the way. He did play both positions for the Vikings, but he's a guy that's a burner. And you need that. You need that for a guy like a Justin Fields who likes to extend the field and he likes to throw it deep. And IMS can certainly do that, right? He can certainly do that. And so that's where the fit of the profile of the receiver and the profile of the quarterback kind of aligns, and now you've got a perfect fit in terms of the strengths. That's why Darnell Mooney has such good chemistry with Justin Fields, is because he's the type of receiver Justin Fields likes, right? And so IMS kind of fits the same mold here, right? He's a little slim, but he's a burner. He can get deep. He can get behind DBs, take the top off of defense. That's exactly what you need. So overall, folks, these are the reasons why I feel like IMS could be a potential steal for the Bears. And, you know, hopefully maybe he becomes a starter by the end of the season. I know that's a little rich here, but I wouldn't be telling you guys this if I didn't see this literally be the case from Vikings fans saying that. Like, that is how much they're upset over losing Ihmir Smith-Marsette, right? So that's why I'm here to tell you why this was such a steal of a pickup and why Ryan Poles did an incredible job getting IMS. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below as always. Thanks.